then, now, forever.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Monday Night Raw. We are live here in Berlin, Germany, as we are coming off one of the biggest pay-per-views here in Berlin, as we had Bash in Berlin this past Saturday. Oh my God. But ladies and gentlemen, before we get to the show, let's take you back to Bash in Berlin. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bash in Berlin. Well, this is a women's tag team action. The winners will take home the women's tag team championships to Judgment Day versus Unholy Union for those tag team championships. This match is going underway. Liv Morgan with Oblivion, and Judgment Day stands tall. It's the Intercontinental Championship. Gunther versus Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed defends that championship, as these two men been going back and forth for that championship. And Gunther right there with the Boston Crab. But then Gunther right there with that power bomb. And he hits it 1, 2, 3. Gunther is the new Intercontinental Champion. Bayley takes on Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. Bayley is all over Rhea Ripley right there. This match has been testified all the way through, as these two women has been dominating. Who will be the better woman? Rhea Ripley right there with the electric chair. Rhea Ripley gets the victory. She is still the women's champion.
You don't want none.
And here he comes, the #1 contender, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the #1 contender, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Last week, AJ Styles won a big #1 contender's opportunity to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship at Bad Blood against Drew McIntyre, which Drew McIntyre, the World Heavyweight Champion, is not here tonight. But AJ Styles have some words for the World Champion, and he is about to let it all off his chest right now, as we are closely heading now to Bad Blood in Atlanta. AJ Styles getting the opportunity of a lifetime in his home state of Georgia, as he will challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship against Drew McIntyre. But also, he said he got a stipulation for him too. Thank you. Last week, I had probably one of the most greatest matches of my career last week. But it was a little bittersweet, because I had to face a friend. But not only that, I got the opportunity. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to get to where you need to get to. So with that being said, my respects go out to Jey Uso. Thank you. Now that's out of the way, now that I am officially the #1 contender for Drew McIntyre's World Heavyweight Championship, I honestly gotta say that I'm honored that I get to get this opportunity. And not to mention that this will be in my home state of Georgia. So the little excitement is there. I'm not gonna lie, it's there. But I gotta make sure I stay humble, and I gotta make sure I keep myself focused, because Drew McIntyre he's definitely been on a rampage. Drew McIntyre has been crushing it. But I just want Drew McIntyre to understand that this is new competition coming along. I'm not like all your other opponents. When you step into the ring with AJ Styles, you know you're going to get a fight of the lifetime. And it's been such a long time since AJ Styles has held that world heavyweight title. But Drew, with all the respect in the world that I got for you, I want you to know that when the time comes and that match is set aside at Bad Blood, you and me for that World Heavyweight Championship. There is no other way that I can be humble enough to say that match, I don't want just any other normal match. I don't just want just a regular old match. No. At Bad Blood, Drew McIntyre, I want to make sure you don't go anywhere. Just like you can't be here tonight because you're too scared to step to me. So at Bad Blood, AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, I am officially challenging you in a steel cage match. That's right. Drew McIntyre, come Atlanta at Bad Blood, when we finally go one-on-one for that coveted World Heavyweight Championship, I can't think of nothing better than to hold that championship above and say AJ Styles did it. And Drew McIntyre, I've been watching you for a while. I've kept my eyes on you for a while. And I'm so glad that this moment is officially here. And God, I wish you was here. But I know wherever you at, I know you're listening, I know you're watching. Because I know you're watching right now. So hear me, and you hear me good. When we stand across from each other, and that cage come lowering down, and the lights dim, and dim, and dim, I'm gonna stare you in the eyes like a shark seeing its prey in the water. And as soon as that bell rings, I'm coming for you. Drew, this is your last ride. And come Bad Blood, you're gonna see nothing but blood. And Drew, I cannot wait to see the look on your face when I stand over you and I hold up that championship proud. And you didn't think I was capable of doing it last week, huh? Because I saw how you took out Jey Uso, and you think that you're almighty. You think, oh, I'm Drew McIntyre. I can do what I want. I'm going to take anybody out. Well, not this one. You don't know who you're dealing with. You do not understand who you're dealing with. You're looking at one of the greatest to do it of all times. And come Bad Blood, I'm going to tear you out the wind. Let me break it down to you. I know you've seen many men. I know you've seen many superstars throughout the time, but you don't know who I am. I've competed all over the world. If you look at my record, I am a former TNA World Heavyweight Champion. I am a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. I am a former and 3-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Also won numerous of other championships, including the DWC Championship and the TNA X Division Championship. So you better know who I am. And come Bad Blood, you're definitely gonna notice. See you at Bad Blood if you have the balls to show up. Well, we just heard that right there. AJ Styles just challenged. He just challenged Drew McIntyre to a steel cage match at Bad Blood. I mean, that's one way to do it. AJ Styles making sure he ain't going nowhere in that match. AJ Styles is ready for this match, and I'm ready myself because we know this is going to be a battle for the ages between these two gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Raw. I am Michael Cole, alongside my broadcast colleagues Byron Saxton and Corey Graves. We are here tonight, but let's take a look
what is
back
Gunther?
at
Gunther
this
setting him up.
Intercontinental Championship match. As
Gunther got him.
and Bronson
Gunther
Reed
does
went
it.
one-on-one
Can he do it?
for the
Can he capture the
Intercontinental
title?
Championship as we have crowned a brand new Intercontinental Champion.
Is the new Intercontinental Champion.
His very first World Heavyweight Championship. We could not be any prouder of Gunther. This man worked until he got his opportunity, and that's exactly what he did. And now, speaking of the new champion, here he comes, the Ring General. Wow, look at the gold. The gold around the waist of Gunther. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the new Intercontinental Champion, the Ring General, Gunther. Gunther is arguably one of the next highest, best superstars that we have, rising stars here on Monday Night Raw in all of DWC. Winning his very first singles championship at Bash in Berlin. You can't be no more than excited for Gunther, but Gunther has a lot that he has to get done, and now he's in the Intercontinental Championship scene, and he is ready to take on anyone that steps in his way. And we just might see who could be Gunther's next challenger for that Intercontinental Championship. Gunther is inviting anyone that wants that challenge for him, and we're ready to see it. Look at me now. I told all of you. I told every single one of you buffoons that Gunther was going to win the Intercontinental Championship, and I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I beat Bronson Reed at Bash in Berlin, and I am now standing here as your new Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. Finally, some type of glory, some type of class has been brought back to the Intercontinental Championship scene. I am now officially the winner and gonna be the defending Intercontinental Champion, and this title isn't going anywhere. Because I, Gunther, is going to be the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. And I told all of you, and I even showed Bronson Reed, especially when he viciously attacked me 2 weeks ago. And now, He is done and he is over. So now, Gunther looks straight to the future as now your new Intercontinental Champion, the Ring General, Gunther, will ride off into the sunset with his championship. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night.
What? Is that LA Knight?
Yes, it is LA Knight. He is here on Monday Night Raw. We now know, earlier today we have learned that LA Knight is officially a part of Monday Night Raw. And he has just interrupted the new Intercontinental Champion with a way to make a statement here on Monday Night Raw. Gunther said he's ready for his next challenger, and we just might be seeing him. LA Knight, former Money in the Bank holder, but never got to be able to cash in under unforeseen circumstances. But LA Knight still has an opportunity to do that next year or any other time. These two men look intensified. What does LA Knight got to say here? Let me talk to ya. Let me explain something, you big doof. You come out here and you run your mouth. You talk too damn much. Now, first things first, congratulations on winning the championship. Yada, yada, yada. Get that out the way. With that being said, LA Knight is officially on Monday Night Raw. Yeah. While you standing here looking like Dumbo the Frog, how about you and me, LA Knight, battles one-on-one for that Intercontinental Championship? Because guess what? I'm new here. I'm fresh. I got nothing to do. Hi, I'm next. Well, LA Knight, welcome to Raw. Allow me to officially introduce myself. I am the Ring General. Shut your mouth. Man, we all know who you are, and we know you the new champion. So how about you stop running your mouth, and how about you take me up on my offer, Gunther versus LA Knight, for that Intercontinental Championship? How about I be your first challenger? Next week, you and me. You know what, LA Knight? As much as I would stand here and tell you no, I am glad that someone had the balls and the guts to stand up to the Ring General. So I will take you on that offer. Next week, I defend my Intercontinental Championship against you, loser. Loser, huh? Well, we're gonna see who's gonna be the real loser next week when I drop you 44 dime, come down with the elbow, knock your ass right on your ass, and take that Intercontinental Championship. Yeah! All right. You think you're so big? You think you're so tough? You think you're so bad? Hey, maybe the case. That may be. But I'm LA Knight, and I am the star around here, and I am the new attraction here on Monday Night Raw. So you better be ready, because when everybody's saying, yeah, well, LA Knight and Gunther, they will challenge for that Intercontinental Championship, and that match is happening next week on Monday Night Raw. LA Knight got what he wanted from Gunther.
This October, we return to a place that brings out the best for all the world to see.
Well, the action is non-stop here in Berlin. Ladies and gentlemen, look at the beautiful sights here in Berlin. We are live here in the largest city here in the capital of Germany. This is one hell of an event that we have had and weekend that we have had here in DWC, coming off of the height of Bash in Berlin inside the Uber Arena. And now we are here for Monday Night Raw. But the show has continuing, and here comes Raw's next top star. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes Penta. We saw Penta make his debut last week, but he is here once again. This is, when you speak of stars, this is an international star. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Morales, Mexico, weighing 94 kilos, Penta. Grayson Waller, he definitely got some competition against him because he has never seen a superstar like this before. Grayson Waller was a former tag team partner of Austin Theory, making up 8-Town Down Under, who also went up against the War Raiders at SummerSlam and hasn't been seen together since. But Grayson Waller has to go into this match right now with Penta. How will Grayson Waller fare against this match with Penta? We're about to see right now. And here we go, the referee sets the bell right there. And you see Penta, he went straight in for him right there. But Grayson Waller leaving no one home right there. And now Penta's back in control. Penta's bringing him to that top rope right there. And now look at Penta. And Penta with a suplex. Right there from the top of the apron. Grayson Waller crashing down right there. Oh my God! Did you just see that? Grayson Waller just eating a boot right there to the mouth. And now an early cover. And no, that was a near fall. Grayson Waller still in this thing. Penta is in control of this match right now. And look, Penta right there. Dropping him down on the back of his head. That's the second time Grayson Waller's head has bounced off the mat right there. Better watch the neck, keep the neck up. But look at Penta. Penta is setting him up here. And Penta with yet another kick right to the mouth of Grayson Waller. Oh, and a springboard crossbody right there. Waller rolling out of the ring. And now Penta is on the top rope. And Penta right there with a hurricanrana, taking down Grayson Waller. Both men on the outside of the ring right now. And oh my God, and the Tallulah Bomb. The Tallulah Bomb right there. Grayson Waller thrown back inside. Both men are back inside now. And now a career. Oh, Penta got it. Penta picks up the victory. Penta did the thing in this match here, taking on Grayson Waller, as Grayson Waller felt the effect right there from Penta. This right here was the suplex off that top rope. That was amazing what we just saw. Penta flying inside right there on Grayson Waller. And this was that top rope springboard crossbody. And this is where Penta right there from up on the apron to the outside. And this right there, he taking him down. This is where Penta got the victory right there on Grayson Waller, sealing the fate and picking up the major victory here tonight, here on Monday Night Raw. Undefeated here on Raw. Ladies and gentlemen, you're the winner of this match, Penta! Penta continuing his dominance here on Monday Night Raw, knocking down Grayson Waller. Berlin standing up.
That match was so amazing that we had Bayley. And I know that I retained my Women's World Championship, but just rest assured that Bayley, when the time comes again, I will definitely offer you yet another title match. But in the meantime, are we still friends? Rhea, I really don't do the whole friends thing anymore, but we're cool. All right. See you around, Bayley. All right.
Well, you just saw Rhea Ripley and Bayley backstage. Rhea Ripley giving her thank yous to Bayley, and also Bayley thanking Rhea Ripley for that match that they had at Bash in Berlin. And that was a very, very special match between both of those two. And you can see the sentimental in both of their hearts. And they both really, really felt what they felt from that match. And I hope to see this match sometime again between both those women. But we are seeing the nightlife here in Berlin as we are continuing the show. Ladies and gentlemen, it's one hot night here in Berlin, as we are going to keep continuing here tonight as we have a huge main event on the card, as main event Jey Uso will take on Dirty Dominic Mysterio. And here they comes, ladies and gentlemen, the new Women's Tag Team Champions, Raquel and Liv Morgan. And here they are, ladies and gentlemen. This is our new Tag Team Champions. They defeated Unholy Union for those Tag Team titles. The following Tag Team contest is scheduled for one fall. Making their way to the ring, they are the new Women's Tag Team Champions, the team of Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, the Judgment Day. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez did the thing last Saturday as they won those Tag Team Championships. The Judgment Day of the women's side is on top as they win their first set of Tag Team Championships, and they couldn't be any more prouder than themselves. But right now, they are about to take on the Kabuki Warriors here on Monday Night Raw. And here they comes. And their opponents, the team of Kairi Sane and Asuka, the Kabuki Warriors. Asuka is a former multiple-time world champion in her own right. But the thing about it is Kairi Sane never won any gold here in DWC. And she would like to add that to her category sometime. But for right now, we had crowned new Tag Team Champions on Saturday And we might concede the Kabuki Warriors versus the Judgment Day for those tag team championships sometime. But for right now, we're about to get into this match to see what this match is going to be all about here. I can't wait for our main event here tonight, as we got main event Jey Uso. He's going to be taking on Dirty Dominik Mysterio. But we have some huge news also regarding the World Heavyweight Champion Drew McIntyre, and we will be telling you that later down the line. And here we go. This match is officially underway right here. Liv Morgan is in control right now. Look at Liv all over her right there. Liv Morgan do not play any games. Oh, and Liv Morgan with a drop kick right off the top rope. Liv Morgan is definitely in the driver's seat of this match. Oh, but look at Kairi. Kairi Sane is back on her here. And now Kairi's bringing her to her feet right there. And now here comes Asuka. Asuka's now in the ring. Asuka's bringing her to her feet, bringing Liv to her feet here. Got her in that corner. Oh, and Liv right there with a step up insecurity. Oh. And now look, kick right to the back right there. And look at Asuka. Asuka tackling down Liv Morgan. And now here comes Kairi. Kairi is back in. Asuka's back in. And Asuka. Ooh! And now look at Asuka. Asuka was going in for that cover right there. And now what is Asuka looking for here? What is she looking to do? And look at Asuka stomping on the chest of Liv Morgan right there. Jesus Christ. And now look at her right there. Uh-oh. And look at Liv. Liv Morgan fights out of it there. Oh, look at Liv. Uh-oh. Liv Morgan standing on the hair of Asuka right there. And now Liv is bringing Asuka back to her feet here. And now look at Liv struggling. Uh-oh, but now Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane is in. And now a cover there. A cover. And no, Liv thought she had it. But it wasn't enough right there. And a kick right to the back of the kidneys to Kairi. Bringing Kairi up to her feet here. Oh, and Kairi right there with a clothesline. Right there to Liv Morgan. Uh-oh. And look at Liv. Liv right there. Liv with the double knees right there to the face of Kairi. And now what is Liv Morgan looking for? Oh, and Liv right there with a standing oblivion. That's what helped her win the tag team championships for her team this past Saturday. And now here comes the tag as now Raquel Rodriguez is in. This is the muscle right here of the Judgment Day. Oh. And now Raquel right there with a kick right to the face. Raquel thought she had it right there. Look at Raquel. Raquel just slamming down Kairi Sane. And now here comes Asuka. Liv Morgan, fresh new, back inside. And look at Asuka. Oh, and Liv right there. Oh my gosh, Jesus Christ, what was that? And now here comes Raquel. Raquel is back in. And now here comes Asuka. Asuka's back inside. And look at Kairi. Kairi trying to sustain some distraction right there for Asuka. In a double team, taking her down right there. And Kairi. And look at her right there. Kairi Sane trying her best to woman handle Raquel. Kairi has to stay grounded. She has to stay on her if she want to keep her pace there with Raquel. You know, Raquel is definitely bigger and stronger. And look at Asuka. Asuka working on the leg right there. Working on the leg. And look at her. Oh. And look at Asuka. Look at Asuka. Asuka tossing her right there into the corner. Raquel is in a dangerous place. And now look at Kairi. Kairi right there working on the leg. Right there to Raquel. Did she? What? And no recovery here. And no, Liv Morgan breaks that up there. And now she's bringing Raquel back to her feet. And now putting Raquel back in a dangerous spot here. But now Asuka's back in. And the double team by the Kabuki Warriors. Double suplex taking her down as she rolls on the outside of the ring here. And now look at Asuka. Asuka kicking her right to the back. Oh, and a kick. Right to the shoulder to Raquel. Now look, bringing Raquel back to her feet. This action is spooling right outside, right here, right in the front of us. And now look at it. Asuka's going in for that cover. She's going in for that cover. And no, that's a near fall right there. Bringing her back to her feet here. Asuka's got so much going in for, got so much adrenaline going right now. And now here comes Kairi. Yet another tag team maneuver right here. Ooh, and a double elbow right there. Double running elbows. And Kairi, oh my God, I don't know what the hell Kairi was going for, but she didn't get it all. But Liv Morgan is back inside now. Liv Morgan, the legal woman. And Liv right there with an arm drag. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez riding high after winning those tag team championships at Bash in Berlin. But look at Liv. Oh no, I mean Kairi. Kairi had her down right there. And now look at her working on her with the kicks right to the knee. Oh! And a kick right to the back of the head. Putting Liv. Oh! And Liv right there with the double knees. The double knees right there. 1, 2, and no. Asuka saves the day. Bringing her back to her feet here. And now putting her right there. And now here comes Rodriguez. Elbow right to the back. And now Kari rolls out. Kari rolls outside of the ring there. But look at Raquel. Raquel is going over there to retrieve her. Bringing her to her feet there. And now she's got her up. She's got her up right there and slamming her down. Jesus Christ. That's what I'm talking about, the dominance. The dominance you see from Raquel. Raquel is not someone to mess with. And now a cover here. 1, 2, 3. The Judgment Day gets the victory here on Monday Night Raw. First night as tag team champions. This was definitely one hell of a match right here. You saw that springboard drop kick from Liv Morgan. And this was the double team, many of double teams right here from the Kabuki Warriors. This was right here. And Liv Morgan with it right there with that double knees right there to Kairi Sane. Right there to the side of the jaw. That's where Liv Morgan went for that standing oblivion. And she tried to go for the cover. And this is later down the line when Raquel went in for that cover. But it wasn't enough right there. This was yet another double team right here from the Kabuki Warriors. And then Liv Morgan tried to go for a running double knee. This right here with another double knees right there. And this right here is what put the staple on the end for Kairi Sane, making them lose here tonight. And this was the final cover right here, sealing the fate for the Kabuki Warriors and getting the victory for the Judgment Day.
Here are your winners, Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan, the Judgment Day.
The Judgment Day riding high off here as they walk out with their tag team championships as they win their first match as tag team champions here tonight, defeating the Kabuki Warriors. Kairi Sane and Asuka did their best, but it just wasn't enough. And now it is time for war. The War Raiders in the ring now as the World Tag Team Champions looks to take on the New Day. As we've been seeing the War Raiders in the New Day going back, head to head, week after week. But here tonight, we got tag team action. But soon down the line, and also guys, we are now officially letting you know that next week, the New Day will take on the War Raiders for the World Tag Team Championships. But here they comes, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods.
The following tag team contest is set for one fall. Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 334 pounds, the team of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, the New Day.
Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, former multiple-time tag team champions in their own right, but Kofi Kingston also former multiple-time Intercontinental Champion and United States Champion. But the thing about it is Xavier Woods never won a singles title here in DWC on his own. But tag team championships
they have pretty much of a history there together here, combining in this tag team between these two great gentlemen. They are the longest tender tag team that we have on the active roster, as they formed this team back in 2015, as they are still together. And now here we go. It is now time for this tag team match. Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston makes up the New Day versus Eric and Ivar make up the War Raiders. The War Raiders has now been the World Tag Team Champions for over a year and 9 consecutive months. They have held those Tag Team Championships since WrestleMania of last year. And they still rocking and rolling with those Tag Team Championships, and no one can seem to defeat them. But we will see what's the outcome next week between the New Day and the War Raiders, as this will be the final match between these two tag teams. And now here comes Eric. Eric is now taking control of Kofi Kingston here, stomping on the hand right there. And now referee goes in for the cover there, the early cover of this match. And no, Kofi Kingston is still in this match. But look at Eric right there with a pop. Eric taking him down with a power bomb right there. Oh, and Kofi Kingston with a springboard drop kick right there. Oh my gosh, Kofi Kingston with a spinning heel kick. But now here comes Woods. Xavier right there, running in right there with a running punch to the face. But look at Ivar. Here comes Ivar. And look at Kofi. And now Kofi right there with a splash right on the big man. Now, oh my God, you just see Eric right there take a jab right there at Kofi. Oh, and look, no right there. Can't lift up the big man right there. Ivar is now in the driver's seat, putting Kofi in a dangerous situation. Now here comes Eric. Uh-oh. Oh. And Ivar right there with a Bronco Buster. Getting manhandled by these two big men. And no, that was a near fall right there. And now look at Kofi. Kofi right there with a springboard clothesline, taking down Eric. This would mean so much for the New Day if they can win here tonight, giving them some momentum going in to next week's World Championship match. They finally get their World Tag Team Championship opportunities against the War Raiders. And now here comes Eric. Eric is back in. Oh, look at him. Oh, Kofi Kingston is down. And now look, he's got him in with the Boston Crab right there. Got him in with that Boston Crab, and Kofi Kingston reverses that right there. And now look at Kofi, and now tags Woods in. He tags Woods in right there. Oh! And now look at Eric. Eric is in trouble here. He's in trouble, but now here come Kofi. Kofi's tagged in. Uh-oh, and Kofi. And he hits it right there. Double team right there from the New Day. Kofi Kingston
Went for a splash right there, but I don't think he got all of it on Eric. And now look at Eric. Eric right there, choking out Kofi. And now a cover. And no, that was a near fall. And oh my God, you can just see that right there. Eric right there with the right hook. And now here comes Ivar. Here comes Ivar. And the war, and he drops it down right there. And the big man is going up. And he comes down, but no, Kofi Kingston reverts from that. And now Kofi Kingston. Kofi's bringing Ivar back up. Ivar reversed that right there. And Ivar right there, taking down Kofi. And now, oh no, and Nick Xavier Woods. Woods right there, breaking up that cover. Oh my, Ivar with a moonsault from the top rope. This has to be it. And they do it. The War Raiders are successful yet again. The dominance of the War Raiders is uncanny, as these two men will not stop until the time is not anymore. Eric and Ivar has been one of the most dominant tag teams we have had on Monday Night Raw for so long. That's right here, as you see Ivar coming into the ring. This is where they hit that devastating tag team move right there. This is where Kofi Kingston had him right there and hit him right there. Thought he had it, hitting with the West Coast bomb, but it wasn't enough. And then Ivar drops him right there. Then this, where the big man goes high with a suplex right there, 320 plus pounds, just crashing down on you.
Here are your winners, the World Tag Team Champions, Eric and Ivar, the War Raiders.
The World Tag Team Champions stands tall. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing is downtown Milwaukee, Wisconsin, as Monday Night Raw will roll into town on September the 15th, as Monday Night Raw will be coming to you to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And we are continuing with more action. And now here comes the Raven Lady, Lyra Valkyria. We haven't seen Lyra in quite some time, but she is here, and she is on Monday Night Raw for action.
This contest is set for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Dublin, Ireland, Lyra Valkyria.
Like I said, we have so many bright stars coming up into the field here on Monday Night Raw. But now, this one-on-one match can either make or break either one of these stars. Lyra definitely has some work against her as she is about to go one-on-one with the woman that's been here for a very long time, Natalya. As Natalya has seen it all, she has done it all. But Lyra has never faced Natalya until now.
And her opponent from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Natalya.
Natalya, a former Divas champion in her own right, but now Natalya is ready for this one-on-one match here against Lyra Valkyria here on Monday Night Raw as Natalya looked to reinvent herself and reintroduce herself to the DWC, because it's been a while since we really saw Natalya. It's been a while since we really knew who Natalya was, and I feel like Natalya has to snap herself back into it and get herself back into the fold once again. And this is what it is. This is the first time we're seeing this match here. The match is underway as we got Natalya and Lyra one-on-one. And look at Natalya. That's what I'm talking about, that veteran instinct right there. The veterans. And now, early cover here, Natalya, and no, that was a near fall right there, only a 1.5. Look, Natalya moving quick. She's moving quick with her. But Lyra recountered it. Lyra countered it right there. Natalya says this match is a rookie versus the teacher. Both of them locking up here. And look at Lyra. Lyra right there got the arm of Natalya. And Natalya reverses it. Natalya counters it. And look at her. Natalya working on the arm of Lyra. Natalya is holding that in. Just holding her right there until she clips her right there to her off her feet. And look at Natalya. Natalya just feeling the energy here tonight. Uh-oh, and a roll-up, and a roll-up. One, and no, that wasn't it right there. Natalya trying to go in for that easy counter right there. Both women rolling outside of the ring here. Bringing Lyra to her feet. Uh-oh, and Lyra right there. Lyra with a baseball slide. And now just tossing her across the ringside area. Oh, my God. Look at her just kicking her right in her face. And then now she's got her up. She's got her up here. And Natalya drops her down right there. And look at Natalya. Natalya just gloating here. And now Lyra's back in. Lyra's back in here. And look at Natalya. Natalya's going up top. Natalya's up. And Natalya comes down with a jackhammer right there to Valkyria. But Valkyria, she recounters it. She recovered quickly from that. Some superstars can come back faster than others, and Lyra is one of those faster ones as she moves like lightning. Look at her right there. And now look at Natalya. Natalya working on the legs of the Valkyria. Oh, and look. Trying to get her there. And she dropped her down. Lyra is gaining all her momentum here. Gaining all her momentum in a cover here. 1, 2, and no. Natalya is still in this thing. And now dragging her right there. Uh-oh, and Lyra right there with her Hurricanrana to Natalya. Oh, and a baseball slide. Baseball slide right there. And Valkyria right there with the fisherman's carry. And now she's going in for that cover. And no, Natalya. Natalya survives. And look at Valkyria. Just taking it to Natalya. Both of these talented, athletic women. But look at Natalya. Natalya's got her. And look at Natalya. Look at Natalya right there, waiting for her patiently, grabbing her up right there. What does Natalya has in mind here? And Natalya right there with the jab to the back. And now Natalya's going up top. She's going up top here. And now she's setting up Valkyria. And Natalya comes down with another jackhammer right there. And Natalya's lifting her up. And Natalya right there, face first. Natalya has completely taken over construction here on Lyra here in this match. And look, in a baseball slide to the side of the face of Valkyria. And she slides out to regain herself. Lyra's back in and Natalya with a tackle right there. And a cover here. 1, 2, and Natalya. Natalya gets the victory. Natalya gets the upset on Lyra. Lyra just couldn't handle anymore from the veteran Natalya, as Natalya was just giving Lyra the work. But Natalya stands tall here tonight, here on Monday Night Raw.
Here is your winner, Natalya.
Natalya standing in victory here tonight, here on Monday Night Raw. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's run it back from earlier tonight. LA Knight and Gunther have a confrontation for the Intercontinental Championship. Talk to ya. Let me explain something, you big doof. You come out here and you run your mouth. You talk too damn much. Now, first things first, congratulations on winning the championship. Yada, yada, yada. Get that out the way. With that being said, LA Knight, it's officially on Monday Night Raw. Yeah! While you standing here looking like Dumbo the Frog, how about you and me, LA Knight, battles one-on-one for that Intercontinental Championship? Because guess what? I'm new here. I'm fresh. I got nothing to do. Hi, I'm next. Well, LA Knight, welcome to Raw. Allow me to officially introduce myself. I am the ring general. Shut your mouth. Man, we all know who you are. You think you're so tough? You think you're so bad? Hey, maybe the case. That may be. But I'm LA Knight. And I am the star around here. And I am the new attraction here on Monday Night Raw. So you better be ready. Because when everybody's saying, yeah, well, we do now know that Gunther will defend his Intercontinental Championship against LA Knight. That is next week from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, as these two men will throw down for the prestigious Intercontinental Championship. And we're definitely going to see who's going to come out the better man. Monday Night Raw continuing, but here comes the Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley. We saw Rhea Ripley backstage earlier with Bayley giving her props to their match at Bash in Berlin. But Rhea Ripley is out here because she has something to say, because Becky Lynch has been clouding her for the past few weeks.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley winning her first major world championship here in DWC when she knocked off Charlotte Flair at SummerSlam Cleveland, as Rhea is vowing to be the next biggest and heaviest competition here on the main. All the stars in NXT looking up to Rhea Ripley, and they know they could want a shot at her at some time down the line. But Rhea Ripley had major competition here on Monday Night Raw, and we know that Becky Lynch is her next target for that World Heavyweight Championship. Rhea Ripley says she is done being stalked by Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch been doing a lot of talking these past few weeks. So now the time is now for Becky Lynch to step up to the nightmare, Rhea Ripley. All right. Since winning my Women's World Championship, I already know that I'm going to see all types of competitors come for me. My first major competitor was Bayley. Bayley got an opportunity to challenge me for my Women's World Championship at Bash in Berlin. But before then, Becky Lynch has just been stalking around the scenes, just trying to inject herself. And I know she's still somewhat looking to go back after her world championship that she felt like that she didn't really lose. But Becky, I'm the Women's World Champion. So now that Bayley's done, you don't have to keep hiding. If you want some, you know where to find me. So as I stand right here in this ring, Becky, if you want to fight, Come get the fight. Come on. And here comes the man. Look at Rhea, the anticipation from Rhea, and here comes Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch finally coming down face-to-face confrontational with Rhea Ripley. Becky Lynch wants back her Women's World Championship that she lost last year to Asuka at Night of Champions. Becky Lynch has yet to regain her World Heavyweight Championship, but now she is seeking justice, and now she wants that championship back. There's a long line that's waiting behind Becky Lynch, but Becky Lynch just thinks that she is straight to the forefront to that World Heavyweight Championship the same way how Bayley got it. Becky Lynch is going to need to get it the same way.
You always fall for it.
Oh, and the fight is on. The fight is on. Becky Lynch attacking the Women's World Champion. Becky Lynch, look at her. She said, but Rhea Ripley clothesline. The man outside of the ring, and Rhea standing tall. The Women's World Champion has stood the ground. Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch taking down the house right there as them two just go neck and neck with one another. But now, ladies and gentlemen, as we move on, we now know that we will have the first ever War Games, as Survivor Series War Games will come to us from inside the Vancouver Arena, as we will be bringing Survivor Series War Games to Vancouver, British Columbia. But now, ladies and gentlemen, later tonight, Dirty Dominic Mysterio will take on Jey Uso one-on-one. That match is still to come here tonight. And more action continues as we have the prodigy, Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez is now on Monday Night Raw. She was the former
The following contest is set for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Laredo, Texas, Roxanne Perez.
champion at NXT No Mercy, as Jacy Jayne, the former NXT Women's Champion, will take on the next #1 contender, Lola Vice. We will see them two go neck and neck for that coveted, vacated NXT Women's Championship. But Roxanne Perez is ready for this one-on-one match here tonight, as she is ready to take on La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer. And you hear the ovation for Stephanie Vaquer. This woman is electrifying, as she has made her presence here on Monday Night Raw last week. And she is officially
from San Fernando, Chile,
Stephanie Vaquer. She wrestled all around the world, and she is now here in DWC to set the path for the next generation of women here in this company. Stephanie Vaquer is a Chilean-born wrestler, and she was born to do this. This was bred into her, as Vaquer is definitely arguably one of the greatest around the world. Roxanne has a heavy lifting to do as she got some major competition right now against Stephanie. And the bell sounds, and you see Roxanne going quickly to Stephanie, but Stephanie was not having it as she quickly grapples her right there. But look at Roxanne. Roxanne trying to, and look, the referee got to get in the middle of this right here. And look right there, the cheap shot from Roxanne to Stephanie Vaquer. Roxanne taking control of Stephanie right there. And now look, bringing her to her feet right there. Oh. Both women locking up there. And Stephanie right there with the elbow right there to Roxanne. And look at Stephanie, look at Roxanne. Roxanne knows she's in trouble. And right there, a backbreaker right there from Vaquer. Vaquer just giving the work right there to Perez. As now Roxanne is on the main roster, she's going to be getting one heck of an opportunity, and she's going to definitely be seeing some very good competition coming her way. But this can mean a lot for Roxanne, and she can knock off La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer, in this match. As we know, Stephanie Vaquer is officially undefeated 1-0. Perez rolling outside the ring, and Vaquer is up top, and Vaquer diving down on Roxanne right there. We know that Stephanie is definitely a daredevil. Bringing Roxanne back to her feet. Now tossing her right there into those steel steps. Roxanne getting tossed halfway across the ringside area by Vaquer. And look at her. Vaquer just working on her right there. These women got to get back inside the ring. No pinfalls or submissions can happen on the outside. And Roxanne quickly notices as she slides back in. And now look at her just gloating to the crowd here. And look at Roxanne. Roxanne is just taking it right there to Stephanie. And now look at Roxanne. Roxanne is in control right there of La Primera. And now she tossing her right there into that turnbuckle. Trying to snap the shoulder in half. Roxanne trying her best to hold up there. And now look at her. Vaquer is over. And Vaquer. Oh, and a running knee right to the side of the face of Roxanne. Uh-oh. And look at her. She's got her locked in. She got her locked in that modified STFU. But look, Roxanne reverses that. She counters it. Look at her there. Oh, the chops just back and forth. Both these women taking the shots to one another. And look at her. Look at them right here. And look at Roxanne. Roxanne with those heavy chops. And look. And now they're just going at it one-on-one. They're just taking the hits back to back. Roxanne is going up top, and Valkyria meets her there. And but counters it. And Roxanne right there with the meteor. And a cover here. And no, that was a near fall. And Roxanne with a standing moonsault. Roxanne brands herself of the prodigy for a reason. And Roxanne just fell fate right there to Stephanie. And Stephanie going in. Stephanie with the cover. One, and no, that wasn't it right there. And look at Roxanne. She's got to know, and that was a rope break. Roxanne goes in with the baseball slide, and Stephanie Valkyria is back in. And look at Roxanne. Roxanne with the neck breaker. And now Roxanne is going up to the top. She's going up. She's setting up. She's setting up Valkyria. And another meteor. Oh, Stephanie reverses that there. And Stephanie, what she got in mind here? And Stephanie right there with the tilt to Whirlybird head scissors. And Valkyria with the double knees, running right there in the cover. 1, 2, 3. Stephanie Valkyria wins this match here against Roxanne, making her 2-0 now, undefeated. This was definitely a match for the books for Roxanne Perez as she gets Stephanie Valkyria one-on-one for the first time in her career. And Stephanie Valkyria picking up the second victory here in her DWC career as she is still undefeated. Roxanne went up to the top for the second meteor throughout this match, but this right here is what put it away for Stephanie, giving her that victory, going in for that pinfall.
Here is your winner, Stephanie Valkyria.
La Primera is here to stay on Monday Night Raw. The competition just keep coming for her, but she knocks it out the ball every time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we now know that next week is the return of Drew McIntyre, as Drew McIntyre will be here on Monday Night Raw as he has his own words to lay down the line to response to AJ Styles' Steel Cage Challenge for Bad Blood. What the hell was that stunt you pulled earlier? What, me? She viciously attacked me. Becky, You really want to sit here and play this game? Listen, when you went out there, you had no reason to put your hands on her. So you know what? If this happens again, I'm telling you right now, I will suspend you indefinitely. Now, and if you want a match, we're going to do it right. I don't want to see these actions again. You hear me? Fine. Give me my match then. Give me the match. You get it when I'm ready. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome CM Punk. Punk, thank you for joining me here tonight. We have seen you back here in DWC since SummerSlam, but you have yet to have a singles match or wrestling since you've been back. When can we see CM Punk, the greatest in the world, finally back into the ring? Well, Kathy, I'm just over the moon to be back, and I gotta say, it's been a while since I've been back, and the thrill has just been through the roof. Going for action to speak, I don't know when I'm going to be in action. But what I do know is I'm coming for that World Heavyweight Championship. I don't care whenever Seth Rollins return or if AJ Styles win that championship at Bad Blood. But either way, CM Punk will be soon the next #1 contender to Drew McIntyre's World Heavyweight Championship. All right, CM Punk, it seemed like you got big hopes going up, and maybe someday we will see you as our next World Heavyweight Champion. All right, guys, gentlemen, take it back to ringside. And ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the main event of the night. Here comes main event. Jey Uso. We saw Jey Uso a couple of weeks ago go one-on-one against Drew McIntyre for that World Heavyweight Championship. But as much as Jey Uso wanted to be world champion, he just didn't have enough in the tank to get the job done, as Drew McIntyre, still the world champion, but now Drew McIntyre has new stiff competition, as he has AJ Styles to go up against now at Bad Blood, and now we know that it's going to be a steel cage match. Jey Uso is yeeting all over the arena here tonight. Jey Uso is so happy that he is here tonight here in Berlin. Look at Jey Uso. Jey Uso is fired up here tonight because right now he has the Judgment Day's Dirty Dominic Mysterio. How is this match going to prepare here tonight? First time ever seeing these two in competition. Here comes Dominic representing the Judgment Day. We saw the Judgment Day earlier from Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan as they went up against the Kabuki Warriors, and they were successful in that match earlier tonight.
The following contest is set for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the Judgment Day, weighing in at 200 pounds, Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
Dominic is definitely trying to make a name for himself here in DWC. And I mean, he's definitely is living up to that. Because Dominic, this young man has a bright future here in DWC. I can't wait to see what Dominic has in store down the line and what he has gold for him in the future here in DWC. But we all know that Dirty Dominik, he's a player, and the ladies love him, but he has more big agendas on his mind as well, and that is here competing, and his next journey is to start finally winning gold. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to stay with us as next week we come to you from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, as we will be inside one of the most historic arenas for Monday Night Raw. But Dirty Dominik Mysterio is taking it right there to Jey Uso, taking it right to him early in the beginning of the match. And look at Jey. Jey going in for that early pinfall, and no, Dominik kicks out. And look at Jey. Look at Jey right there. And Jey just working on Dominik right there. Working on Dominik. And look at the referee trying to back Jey off. Both of them got the lockup right there. And look at him. And look at Dom. Look at Dom here. Dom got him shuffled in right there. Dominik is not letting loose. He's not letting loose of that right there. Trying to break the arm of Uso right here and going in for that color right there. But look at Dominik. Dominik got the feet on the ropes right there. And the referee saw it. And now look at Jey right there. Uh-oh. And main event Jey Uso right there with a baseball slide. And now cover here. Mysterio is still alive. And look. And now what is Jey here? Jey right there with a super kick right there to the face of Mysterio. And now he's setting him up right there. Look at Jey just looking down at Mysterio. And now Dominik. Uh-oh. And what is Jey? Oh, he missed that right there. Jey miscalculated that. And now dropping him down right there. And now look at Dominik. Dominik is going in for that cover. And no. Jey Uso survives and he is still in it. And look at him right here. And look at Jey Uso. Jey off that reversal right there. And now Jey right there, dropping Dominik right there on the back of his head as Jey Uso goes up top. And Jey with the splash right there. And he's going in for the cover. Can he get it here? And now Dominik is still on the fray here. Oh, and a headbutt right there from Jey Uso. And now look at Jey. Jey working on the leg right there of Dominik. Dominik holding that knee, holding that left knee right there. And now Jey scooping him down with a scoop slam right there. And now look. Oh. And look at Jey. Look at Jey. Yeet. And Jey right there with a right hook to Mysterio. And I'll look at him with the kick right to the abdomen. And now bringing him back to his feet here. And Jay with another super kick. And now Jay got him up right there. And now going straight for the cover. And nope, Mysterio is still conscious. Jey Uso, but Mysterio right there, taking down Jey Uso. Reversing that super kick, and Dominic right there. Dominic, he hits the 619. Mysterio gets all of it, and now he's going up to the top. And Mysterio with the headbutt. And now he's going in for the pin. Can he do it? And no, Uso is still in. This has been one heck of a main event so far. And another frog splash. And yet another cover. 2. Earlier tonight, we've heard from CM Punk that sooner or later he will step back into the ring for his first singles match in 10 years with DWC. And now Mysterio and Jay tried to go for that kick yet again, but Mysterio countered it. And now main event, Jey Uso rolls out, and Mysterio has got some height between these two. And Mysterio goes for a crossbody as Jey moves out of the way right there. And now tossing Mysterio back inside. And now look at Jey. Jey setting him up. He's setting him up. Oh, wait, no, he missed it. And Mysterio right there. And now look at Mysterio. Mysterio is in trouble right there. And now look, just knocked right off the apron. And look at Jey with the crossbody. Jey with the crossbody right from the top of the rope. And now look at him. And now tossing him back inside. And now Jey with a jackhammer right to the back right there to Mysterio. But Jey is going up. He's going up. And Jey right there with the frog splash. And he's going in for the cover. 2, 3. Jey Uso gets the victory over Dirty Dominic Mysterio. What a main event that was right there. Jey and Dominic took it to new heights, showed off what they had to give here tonight in this main event. This was Dominic right here bringing Jey back to his feet and brought him down with that Hurricanrana for that 619. Dominic thought he had it right there, and then he came down with the headbutt. He did it all, but it wasn't enough to get the victory. This was the frog splash right there, the second one from Dominic. Jey Uso was still alive. This right here, neck breaker on the outside of the ring, and then Jey Uso with that frog splash right there, cross body. Then Jey Uso put the final move with that frog splash from the top.
Jey Uso survives the war. You see it.
Here is your winner,